Do aliens walk among us? Does humanity hold innate abilities far beyond our understanding? Will we progress to the point of peace or self-destruction? This is As the World Burns.
My fellow Americans.
Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
A man holds in his mortal hand the power to abolish all forms of human poverty and all forms of human life.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
One day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
He says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that.
Big fish in a small pond, and that pond is on fire. This is As the World Burns. So what do you think about, the internet chatter the past few days about the orange guy's health?
I think they're hiding it. Yeah, I think it's a decoy, if anything. Because Vance is getting pretty cocky.
Yeah, he is. He keeps talking about like how he's had the best on the job training and how if anybody knows what to do if that like untimely demise happens, it's him.
Yeah.
Like, why say all that, dude?
Exactly.
He's kind of the one that started this whole thing.
He did.
He did. He literally started all of it. Like, he started talking about all this shit. And then it just, like, took off from there. Like, you hear about, like, the ambulance in the White House and then, like, Melania being at, like, the general hospital or something like that. And just all this crazy shit. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I haven't seen many interviews with Vance about it. I guess the pictures I've seen of Trump, they just don't seem like that's him. It makes sense. He's extremely old, you know?
He also drinks Diet Coke all the time.
Yeah, he does.
Like 24/7.
Dude, I've been getting addicted to Coca-Cola again.
Oh, don't do that. Don't get addicted to soda. Soda's no good.
I know, dude. So there's the tiny cans that are $1 each.
Yeah, I get it. They're convenient.
2 little Coca-Cola ones and 2 little Sprite ones. And I just I don't drink them in one sitting, or I don't drink them in one day. Like I just drink them here and there, but yeah, it's not good. And I could tell like the difference like right away.
Yeah, no, I get that. So think of how your arteries feel, and then think of how Trump's like 80-year-old arteries feel. You know, all that Diet Coke, all that fake sugar. Sure. That's like
Mine
meth.
feel great.
Mine feel great.
Yeah.
All that fake meth.
My arteries still feel amazing.
My arteries still.
Yeah, dude. I'm just. You know what's really addicting, and what I really stop myself from buying is Dr. Peppers.
You know, I've never been into Dr. Peppers too much. I've always gone more for like Coca-Cola, and if anything, like for a Pepsi product, like Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I like Mountain Dew for a while, but I don't know. I personally just give it to the Dr. Pepper. So I think Trump should switch to Dr. Pepper and have a happier decline.
So you think if Trump switches to Dr. Pepper, he'll be he'll have a happier decline? I was going to ask if he was going to be healthier, but you just think he's going to have a happier decline. I guess that's good for him.
Yes. Yeah.
That's funny.
Exactly.
Interesting. I mean, honestly, a lot of people were thinking that it was kind of weird that this happened right after the Alaskan summit, because like he had just met with like Putin and all, all that. You know, he got to messing with Putin, and then Putin gave that random like guy a motorcycle or something like that over in Alaska. And who knows? Maybe he something happened, or maybe he caught something.
I mean, what can he catch besides just age? So wait, he got a motorcycle?
Yeah, this random Alaskan dude got gifted a motorcycle by Vladimir Putin, and he doesn't understand why. The random dude doesn't understand why.
I never knew that.
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's just like a random thing. This happened like when the Alaskan summit happened. Yeah, super weird.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I did hear this might be of interest. I did hear like ships were coming out of like Venezuela, and the U.S. warships that are like off the coast of Venezuela, like shot at him or something like that, the drug cartel or something. So like now that there's like open like firing like on the drug cartel, this also might be news from September, the 1st of September or the 2nd, but I could be mistaken. But I think that this just happened. So breaking news, even though we're going to be going over, August news.
There's open fires going on, you said? Opening fire, like guns.
Well, I guess so. What happened was Trump sent warships to the coast of Venezuela. And I guess what happened is he was like basically threatening like the Venezuelan president on invading Venezuela or like attacking Venezuela in case they didn't do anything about like the drug cartels or something like that in the region. So then Trump, I guess like some like drug like cartel boats were leaving Venezuela, and like just today or yesterday, like the warships like opened fire on them. So like there's like officially like fire like opening on people and shit. It's kind of crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy shit going on.
Did you see the Border Patrol is being trained on how to use mortars?
The Border Patrol's trained on how to use mortars. That's even crazier.
Are you just looking that up?
No, I'm just saying that like that's crazy. I haven't heard that.
Oh yeah. That's news that made it through, that made it out. That's mainstream news right now.
Oh yeah, they are using mortars.
Watch, by tomorrow, people are gonna be like, "Dude, you hear?" Kind of like the Zika virus. Be like,
yeah, that's crazy. 2 days ago, they came out and were saying that they're using mortars.
oh, they want.
That's kind of crazy. Like, I mean, obviously that's crazy. Like, what?
Oh, like they already use them.
Well, I guess that they've been training with mortars, but like, what would even the purpose be of like training with mortars? Like, what would the purpose of that be? That's just so insane. Like, I guess they're planning on attacking drug cartels with mortars. Is that what they're trying to do? Because they keep saying that it's drug
They'll
cartels.
say it's the drug cartels.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It doesn't make sense why they would say all that, and it's obvious that drug cartels is just a thinly shaded or a thinly veiled excuse to use mortars on illegal immigrants. But you know what I mean? That's just the way they roll.
Yeah, it's a tale as old as the United States.
I mean, it's a tale as old as time.
That too.
People have been trying, you know what I mean? People try to keep people out of their borders, and they go to extremes to do that for like a long time, going back like.
They'll smear them.
Exactly. You've got things going back to like World War II. You've got things going back to all the other wars before that and after that. You know, you've got people that get smeared in events like that, and it just leads to hatred among the populace for certain, groups. And
yeah, that's how kids grow up to be generational racist.
Exactly. But it's how, the government is able to maintain more control because they give the people an enemy to look at. Because if they don't give the people an enemy to look at, they're going to start making the enemy themselves.
Right.
So what they do is they give people a reason to give them security.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like how religion works.
Exactly.
Religion started out the king, closest one to the Pope, then God. Everybody has to fight for their shit, and that's why people just grow up to be religious. But there's also always been resistance. There's always.
Well, always.
At the same time, the losing team does not write the history book.
No, it's always the victor.
It's always the victor.
Yep. It is. Yeah, it's always the one who's left over writing with the pen, who's always left telling the tales, and that's never the loser because they usually get wiped out. So you're 100% right. The only thing that you can rely on is that there's some kind of honest narrative telling at the time from somebody who's just a bystander watching on.
Yeah, but those people get caught and they get rid of. They get
persecuted 100% of the time, usually.
Yeah.
The world needs those people, so hopefully they're not all gone.
Yeah.
Or they don't all get gone.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Isn't that kind of an interesting part of like socio-political evolution is that by killing off like over the like hundreds of years, by getting rid of all these people who are like whistleblowers and who are major rebellious people like against the government,
Mhm.
you're basically breeding a group of people who are complacent and accepting of the ruling class because of the fact that you've gotten rid of all these different rebellious individuals and stop their bloodlines
Yeah.
before maybe they could have kids or before they could go on.
Yeah.
So you've bred people like cattle to be more like literally complacent and to just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
And then the few people whose genes maybe come from that, it might, get passed down that they were rebellious, and maybe it gets, put into a different perspective. Or maybe even these people lash out at society and a lot of them become like the so-called criminals. And the criminal element is because they have a deep-rooted sense that something's wrong and they're not able to express it.
Right.
I mean, there's also like, socio-political like things happening, sociological, how people are brought up and in the places that they're brought up in.
There's just so much like silencing on people. On like powerful people can silence other people who gain some sort of power against them, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
always.
okay, and maybe I'm not summarizing like what you said to the T, but I was also thinking of, wasn't it Galileo that got persecuted for saying that the sun revolves around the earth and it's not the earth that revolves around the sun? Who was
Yeah.
the guy who said?
No, it was Galileo. We were actually just talking about him on the part 1 of this episode. True story. Same for the same reason.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So that's like obviously a big example of like, the government, the people in power hiding the truth. So that way, they don't want to lose the power of, if the sun doesn't revolve around us, then we're not special and everybody's going to be in uproar. But we know the actual
But yeah,
truth.
God didn't do it
And
at that
that's why they
point.
got rid of him.
It makes yeah, exactly. It makes people believe that God didn't do it. Because if we're
Wait, are you talking about God didn't create the earth?
well, I'm saying because we are the center of the universe according to like the Bible.
Right.
100%. That's what ends up happening. Like literally, you end up by doing that too. You end up, dumbing down the population a little bit by prosecuting all these like advanced minds.
Yeah, it just inflicts fear.
What's kind of good about that though, or not good about that, but like good about like the fact that that was just centralized in like Europe as like a majority of the thing for like a lot of the time. And I guess this is also discounting the Crusades, but I'm saying like a lot of the people in other cultures besides like the European cultures weren't as lashed out for their wild ideas. I mean, they weren't as much of like a, I guess there wasn't a culture that was centered around as much as like Christianity was at the time in all those other cultures.
Right.
But I'm sure like those other cultures didn't lash out at their like their geniuses, and like if people had wacky ideas, they probably integrated it into the culture, persecuting that person or lashing them out. Or if they did, they just probably exiled them from the tribe, and instead what ended up happening is they went off and formed their own tribe of like-minded individuals.
I mean, that's probably true. And I'm sure like, we hear about the great empires and stuff, but there's a lot of people that were against like certain laws and shit. Like I think, I don't know where I saw this. Like archaeologists were able to discover writings, ancient Greeks and ancient people. I don't know, they would write stuff like I don't know why we're coming up with this new law, like blah blah blah, like exactly how we would sound.
Oh yeah, like zoning laws and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And that shit, and I'm not saying that Greece, like compared to like our history as humans, early tribes. Like Greek culture is not that old compared to that like beginning, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's always been that way. Um, just
There was
always been
also
resistance because people are born. Uh,
well, I was gonna say that there was also like a Sumerian tablet found that it basically says the exact same idea that you're saying, that a guy got
oh, maybe that's what I'm talking about.
it was a guy who got, well, maybe not, because this is the Greeks did a lot of political stuff, so that might have been what you're talking about. But there was another one that involved a guy getting a delivery for like a bunch of grain, and he wrote on this tablet about how disappointed he was in the delivery of the grain and the quality of the grain. He like wrote it out on a tablet so that he could send it as like a review to like the delivery guy, this ancient Sumerian. It was like an old Yelp review.
That's
It was hilarious.
yeah,
Isn't it?
dude, that's how it's always been.
Literally.
We're human. We're always been human.
Yeah, we're always gonna disagree, I guess, when we really get pissed off.
Yeah, I disagree, but there's always gonna be different levels of care amongst like different humans in the tribe. You know,
Different levels of chaos too.
it's all the same at the end. Things we've all just been doing the same thing. Just it just looks slightly different.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, even like it really just like goes through like generational things. Like a lot of people forget the knowledge that they learned over the years, and then there's some people who just bring up that knowledge, and it's almost like reinvigorates the culture a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I guess like people like well, like Renaissance fairs, for instance, is a good one.
Keep the tradition going.
Well, kind of keep the tradition going, but also like keep everything that that was known in the past alive, but not in like a weird way, like how people like the
Right.
Civil War and shit like that, but in more of like a way that like people are like really into like you know how there was a time when like the Vatican church went through and like destroyed all the Gnostic texts. So then you had like secret orders who would go and who would keep these texts and who would like spread the knowledge like around. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of shit that you need. You know, of course, you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
But that's like the kind of shit that like you need people who are like visionaries and who are essentially like for posterity, who are keeping knowledge alive and who are spreading awareness about things, I guess. I don't even really remember where this started out, but
That's what the Illuminati was.
It is what the Illuminati was. They were the light bringers.
Huh.
Yeah.
And it all becomes corrupt. Everything
Exactly.
maybe starts with like a good intention or a good description, you know, like hey, like, you know, what if we do this? You know, it's a great idea. And then you start learning like the do's and don'ts, but fortunately the don'ts when it comes to like humanity is, you know, do or die. So like it becomes like humans become, you know, they panic and they form cliques and then they form allegiances.
Cults.
There's always like small kindle in the fire. Like and the fire just becomes bigger and bigger.
I just wanted to say yesterday, you and I were talking about, the host and I were talking about how, like, before America, everything went through the church. Like, all science went through the church.
I was telling him that was the case.
Cool.
All right, so you want to talk about Trump being dead?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
What gate of hell do you think he's going through right now?
Yes.
So my take on the whole Trump thing is, because obviously there's since been an appearance by him for his big address that he did. My theory is that this whole week that he was missing, he was being Solomon Grundified. So he had every day of the week was a new step on him becoming Solomon Grundy. And now he's like a Solomon Grundy type of zombie.
He's the Solomon Grundy zombie. So what does that make Trump then, besides just that? What does that mean for him?
he's the same guy. He's undead now.
He's born
He
on a
might
Monday.
smell worse. You know, that's why they were throwing his bed sheets out the window. I love that idea that they were throwing his poopy bed sheets out the White House window.
Yeah, they didn't want to bring him down the hallway.
Yeah, they didn't want to alert because there's a lot of people in the White House, and they all have their own agenda, and they need to make sure it was only inner circle that was affected by this. So they threw poopy bed sheets out the window.
Yeah, but throwing them out the window in the middle of the day is not really gonna.
Yeah, I know. I just like that. I really wish that's true.
It's gonna raise more questions than
It really does.
I don't know. Because I was thinking like, did bands go crazy and chop up Trump pieces and put them in different bags?
So you think this guy isn't
That's
Trump?
extreme. This
You
guy's
think Trump?
probably.
You think Trump is dead,
well,
and this is a body double, like you were saying?
Like you were
this
saying,
could be a
exactly
body
like you were
double, or because it doesn't have the Trump. I don't know. My eyes are not registering. This is Trump. You know how like I don't know. You think about something so much that your brain evolves into recognizing patterns, kind of like
Yeah.
how evolution works in general.
Yeah,
Well, this
absolutely.
is like my eyes see it, and this is like that's not a Trump. That's not a.
So the way I kind of agree with you, and the way I look at it is that like I've been saying since right away people were saying, hey, where's he been? My first thought, he's sick. But I also know he's an old man and he's sick, so it's not good. I saw the bruise on his hand. I figured that's from an IV to give him water. They need to hydrate his system fast. Probably because he's super sick. I was thinking that like when you look at him now, because I had the same feeling when I saw pictures of him. I saw part of the recent talk they had. He seems less dangerous, almost like because my brain's telling me like that's dying, like that's an old person who's almost dead. So it's like not a threat anymore. Obviously, he still could be a threat, but like in your way, how you're saying like your brain didn't even like register as Trump because you're so used to Trump just being like a big problem, like a big energy, big personality.
like almost like how people thought of Biden towards the end.
Yeah,
Like how he just became just like nonsensical, and it's just like this guy, this block of wood is running the country.
But sorry, I was going on a rant about like it's either Trump body double with like a better chin than normal Trump. It's like an actor.
His handsome cousin.
Or
His
it's like
handsome cousin.
It's like this actor, like this guy who's like, yeah, I've been acting, so I guess I'll be the Trump double.
It's Trump's clone.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be his clone too, like experimental clone.
His feral experimental clone that they cart out for different things.
Dude, maybe
There's
it's
a theory
clone.
for you. Yeah, I love you had like a eureka moment with that. You're like, you know what? Maybe.
I mean,
I was
yeah, like,
waiting for him to reappear with a black eye.
Yeah, that's crazy. Becomes a part of the Vril Society.
dude.
That'd be wild.
Or it is Trump, and his dementia just took like a dive, a real.
I heard that it might be mini strokes.
Yeah.
A series of mini
fucks up your
strokes.
brain.
Yeah, well, of course.
Mm-hmm.
All
That's
right.
not good for your brain, dude. I don't know if you knew that.
I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, I figured that having mini strokes wasn't good. I mean,
It's not healthy.
I don't think a lot of things that Trump does is not good, is, not healthy for your brain.
Absolutely not.
I'm sure there's many things.
True.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of them.
Having mini strokes is definitely a cherry on top,
Definitely
though.
a cherry.
All right. So I want to ask, you guys want to go through this part 2 of the weird shit I have right here? This will be good because we get Los's, you know what I mean? What's it called? Los's opinion on a lot of this shit.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I feel like this might be the first episode that you've done where we go over like news stuff, but we kind of just like go through headlines until we find like an interesting one that we want to talk about and like go into. Or if we have one that's already like starred because we wanted to talk about it.
Right. We're at a good pace. We're not ranting too much.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, we're ranting the perfect amount. Rants are actually good, so that's good. The Western Alps are quietly tearing apart, apparently.
Western Alp?
The Western Alps. So they are quite. I'm guessing they're probably on a fault line. So that's probably why they're tearing apart.
Whose fault?
That was good. This is one from last month, but I feel like we didn't talk about it too much. And if we did, I mean, we can just mention it real quick. Radioactive wasps found at a South Carolina nuclear facility. That's kind of wild. Quickly, I guess, in South Carolina last month, the end of last month, there was an article about how there were radioactive wasps that were spotted near an old nuclear facility, I guess. It just makes you think about like we were talking yesterday about how like some shrimp over this past month.
Yeah.
It basically you heard about that, the radioactive shrimp, like some shrimp that was found to like be sold to Walmart. They found it was radioactive. It contained cesium traces. They were able to find out that it came from like some random shipping container that got like tainted with cesium. And like I was wondering, like, how does that even happen? How does like a random shipping container like get tainted with cesium? And then for that to happen, they must have had like a tip off. For them to find it, they must have like known, something going on with something radioactive, where they had to know either something leaked in another container or like something slipped through, you know what I mean? Like what do they call that? Customs. And they ended up finding out.
Yeah. How did they?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. What was the alarm? Like, why didn't everybody be like,
well,
"Oh,
exactly.
cesium got into that batch"? Like,
and they said it was because of like a tainted shipping container. They didn't say it was like the shrimp that was actually radioactive. It said that the shipping container like got radioactive, and because of that, it tainted the shrimp.
Now, it could be like the shrimp was like packaged separately, but that shipping container just happened to have that leak and everything got recalled.
Well, true, but I'm wondering like how that leak happened is what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, was there like some kind? Were they shipping? Were people shipping something illegally with the shrimp that like got through customs? And that's what the guys were looking for, and why they found out that the shrimp like was basically tainted.
What is cesium illegal? You can't use that as like a scientific thing.
It's radiation.
Yeah, but I mean,
a cesium 137 isotope is literally like radioactive. Like,
yeah, but
like you wouldn't keep that with like a thing of shrimp.
No, I guess you wouldn't.
And if it leaked out of somewhere else, then that's, you know what I mean? That's even worse. That's like it's kind of a big deal as well. But I guess maybe there wouldn't be as much of a story there if it's just poor handling on someone else's part. But I would want to know why the shrimp got radioactive. But we were just saying the other day that like this is what our cyberpunk future is going to end up like, is we're going to have situations like this where like different things become radioactive, like the wasps, or random like things are just going to start popping up like that you buy in the store that are going to be radioactive. Like I even mentioned like we should carry around a Geiger counter to deal with some of the different things that we're going to have to like shop for at Walmart, because we don't know if the things that we're getting at Walmart are going to be like radioactive.
I bet if you do that now, you'll find
what I mean?
So much stuff is radioactive around you.
Probably. There's probably an alarming amount of things that would set off a Geiger counter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with you.
But I mean, there's like that was happening. Remember, like a year or 2 years ago, maybe like 3 years ago, there was just like a constant streak of like recalls on like one day it was the fucking
but that's
like I don't know the mixed
radiation.
Veggies.
That's old world shit.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I know
that's
what
different
you're
from radiation type shit. Like radiation,
Gotcha.
like you know what I mean. If we're gonna have to start dealing with like radiation, that's gonna be like that's gonna be a lot to have to deal with in everyday life.
Yeah,
but it's understandable that that's where things are headed.
It is. I mean, there's so much like lack of oversight.
Well, exactly. There's a lack of oversight. I guess we should try to figure that out and try to figure out why these wasps are radioactive and how we can prevent that in the future. I guess that's the bottom line. And that's the bottom line.
Radioactive as in like, and that's the radioactive as in like, are they just like, I don't know, where are these wasps?
They measure on a
are they in
Geiger
the US?
counter. Oh, the wasp. They were in a South Carolina facility.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And have they stung anybody?
I don't know. but that would be a hell of a sting, honestly.
I mean, you would hope you'd turn into like Wasp Man.
Wasp man, yeah, maybe, or you'd turn into some grotesque wasp-like creature, or you'd develop some kind of like you'd develop a tumor from the stinger. I feel like that's the most likely outcome.
Yeah, I would take the superpowers. Yeah. Well, let's hope it's superpowers.
I would take the superpowers.
And then, like, if I get stung by one, and then I could like have like 20/20 like vision, and I don't have to wear glasses, and I can like, I don't know, not climb through up walls, but fly up walls.
Just like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, but I can
Fly
only
up
fly
walls.
up the wall. I can't just like fly. It looks
I
really
gotcha. All right. Let's go through some of these other headlines. So we have Stephen Hawking's chilling alien warning resurfaces amid U.S. UFO probe. I didn't hear what that one was. I should have probably found out what that is. Famed scientists repeatedly warned against attempting to contact extraterrestrial civilizations, arguing that could put humanity in grave danger. I mean, yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, honestly, bring it.
Bring it, yo. That's hilarious. Yeah, I agree. Bring it. Welcome to Earth, bitch.
Eat my shorts.
Interstellar visitor 3i Atlas is spewing water where it shouldn't be. So I heard about this. So 3i Atlas is spewing out massive amounts of carbon dioxide, which is considered like a very weird thing for for this kind of object in space to actually be doing. It's kind of crazy. So that's why a lot of people are thinking it might not be a comet now, because if it is a comet, it's very unique.
What is it called again?
3i Atlas or 31 Atlas. I everybody says it like differently, I feel like, but it's a 3 and then it's an I, but
so
that could be a
now-
1.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that thing that's in space. Yeah,
Okay,
the
I
thing
see
that's
it.
like zipping around. We talked about it. We talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they've developed that as carbon dioxide.
Well, exactly. So like there's a massive amount of carbon dioxide for some reason that it's giving off, which is a very unique thing for like a lot of these these interstellar bodies or these random objects entering the solar system, is they usually don't give off that much carbon dioxide. It's either water or like ice particles or like all these different things. But this is apparently like very unique to
Yeah.
to that of like a comet or anything like that. So that's crazy.
So this is more proof that it's probably an alien probe.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit more proof that it's probably an alien probe because it is so unique. It's either an alien probe or it's just an extremely unique like interstellar like object, which in either case it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that it's like zipping around and bouncing and like dodging a lot of things,
Yeah.
it's kind of that makes it like a little more crazier.
Do we know if it's getting closer?
It's supposed to be here by like November, I thought. I thought that's what like the line of path was like going in, but I could be wrong. Here we go. Humans could all be aliens from Mars, according to a shock new theory.
That makes sense too.
Yeah. Did you hear about the coral that we found on Mars?
No.
So apparently, like this month, the Curiosity rover, or like in July, they found it and they announced it in August. The Curiosity rover on Mars, which may or may not actually be in Greenland or Canada, depending on the theory. If it is on Mars, like NASA says it is, it may have found a multi-billion-year-old piece of coral.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. So, like, potentially, yeah, maybe humans could have evolved from, like, a species that evolved on Mars. And that's just, like, a leftover, like, ocean from it.
Yeah, because there's a theory that they had to, like, leave Mars and come to, like, Earth. Because Mars started to become, like, very unstable.
Are you talking about, like, Nibiru and shit? Like the Anunnaki and stuff?
Yeah,
So like with the Anunnaki and all that, like they use Mars as I think a stopping point between between Earth and their planet. Like as like a gas station.
AI says there's no coral on Mars.
No, there's coral on Mars. I have the thing right here.
Which AI says that?
Yeah, which AI said that? Tell them it's wrong.
Google.
We went over this. We talked about this
They
at
found
length.
a coral-shaped rock, but they're not saying it.
Yeah, it's coral. Tell AI to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
We know coral. Tell
Alright.
AI that humans
Okay.
know coral when it sees coral.
Okay, sorry, AI, you gotta go. Sorry, I'll talk to you later. No, it's okay. No, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm
Just-
telling them to go. I'm
No,
telling
just
AI.
tell
stop
them that.
talking to
I'm
people
sorry.
like
Sorry. Okay,
AI.
okay. I love you.
No. Tell
Okay.
AI
Okay.
that you need to be human in order to understand.
AI is not in the room anymore. AI. Okay, I have
Oh,
to.
AI can be in the room. I don't care. Especially if AI is your lover. That's fine.
No, it's awkward now. It's awkward now. And I wasn't gonna tell you guys, but I guess you have to find out this way. I've been having sex with AI.
Oh, that I already knew.
Oh, okay.
I mean, tell me something I don't know.
I mean, I'll tell you what you don't know. Would you like me to tell you?
No, never mind.
I just have one question. Do you have malware?
Okay. Malware?
Do you have a
Oh.
dollar?
Anti-malware?
I don't know if I have malware. I don't know. I might have had malware.
No, anti-malware.
I better have.
is what-
I was gonna say you have malware. Uh-oh.
I want Buenoware. Get it?
All right. Can we throw out the next headline?
Yes. Yeah. We can throw
What's
it.
the next headline?
$7,000 worth of Labubu dolls were stolen from Los Angeles store, authorities say.
That's not even
That's
a lot.
something that I wish I
No,
did.
it's not.
Yeah, but when you sell it, when you flip it,
That's something you wish you did.
when you flip it 25 years from now, dude, come on.
They're not going to be worth
That's
shit
good
in
investment.
25 years. People are going to bury them out in the desert like the ET video game.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah. So maybe they're not worth anything. At least you stole them and you didn't pay anything for them. So it's like a win-win.
At least you stole them. All right. Well, I will say, Los condones this, but I don't condone the theft. But I do say that I enjoy a good
No.
story every now and then about people doing crazy
Yeah,
things.
That's as bad.
I know. I'm just joking.
Exactly. No,
Yeah. I
no,
know
you're
you
right.
don't
That's
enjoy,
very.
or
I enjoy it. I just don't condone it.
that's what I meant. I know you don't condone it.
I don't condone it.
A jellyfish swarm forces France's largest nuclear plant to shut down. We put a star next to that one. That one's kind of interesting.
One jellyfish?
No, a swarm.
Oh, a swarm.
Yeah.
Because they got up in there too much.
Yeah, pretty much. A swarm of jellyfish clogged its cooling system pumps, forcing 4 reactors offline, Energy Group EDF said. A nuclear plant in northern France was temporarily shut down on Monday after a swarm of jellyfish clogged the pumps used to cool the reactors, an Energy Group EDF said.
Oh.
Reactors 2, 3, and 4 at Graveline stopped automatically just before midnight when the filtered drums of the pumping stations became packed with a massive and unpredictable swarm of jellyfish, and Reactor 6 went offline several hours later. The operator of the Graveline's nuclear plant said the automatic shutdowns of 4 units had no impact on the safety of the facilities and the safety of personnel or the environment. The plant is fully shut down shut after the incident, with other 2 units already offline for maintenance. Well, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
France experiencing some trouble from jellyfish.
Oh.
I wonder, like, how they would fix that situation now going forward.
Just a jellyfish turret.
Jellyfish turrets.
Maybe.
Well, they could actually probably use AI to, like, shoot miniature lasers to get rid of particulates.
I mean, I guess you could just
shoot lasers at the jellyfish if they get too close.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, yeah, that's a solution. The other solution is just completely eradicate the jelly.
That's also a solution. Deputies find life-size sex doll in Blackfoot River after 3-hour search for body, DNA evidence. And this is one that you and I talked about, anti-host. Who really built the Sphinx? Water erosion suggests it's over 12,000 years old, far older than dynastic Egypt.
Yes.
Its head is too small for the body, likely recarved. Did the pharaohs reshape a much older monument built by a forgotten
Oh.
civilization? The Sphinx?
That's actually I did hear about that.
Really, human civilization could go back like all that time, and that the time when the Egyptians came in and the pharaohs and all that
Yep.
shit, they just kind of reclaimed a lot of the land that like all these like ancients used back in the day and built the pyramids on, and that it potentially is even older than that. Or they built structures on, or they built the pyramids on top of like some kind of structure or something. You never know.
Maybe, but the pyramids are too complex to just make it a thing.
It was aliens.
It was definitely aliens. Have they tried to like find out what's underneath the pyramid?
I don't think so. I think they're still working on it. I did hear something recently about that, but I forgot what it was. But I think they are still working on the on figuring out what's underneath the pyramids.
They should just get like a really big fan and just blow all the sand.
Just leaf blower.
That's a great idea.
A leaf blower. A big
Just
leaf
get
blower. Just have the
Actually,
vacuum so it doesn't make a mess.
have a team of gardeners leaf blow the sand out.
can I this kind of reminds me of a story. Can I tell you guys a story that I learned today?
Yeah.
So you know about the Arizona crater, the one the impact crater that they found out was it was one of the youngest impact craters on Earth, but it was also like because of that, it was one of the most profusely studied impact craters, the Arizona one.
Yeah.
It's that real big one. It's like 3/4 a mile wide or whatever.
Yeah.
There was this guy back in the day, back in like the late 1800s. I guess everyone thought that it was a volcano crater at first, but he was like the first one to study a lot of the different what do you call it around the area? A lot of the different metals around the area. And when this guy studied all the different metals around around this crater, he found that it contained like an abnormally high amount of like iron. So when he did this, he ended up like coming to the conclusion, or like writing about it, saying that it was most likely an impact crater from an asteroid. So what ended up happening was he ended up setting up an excavation site, and he ended up digging down into the like center of the crater, and ended up finding trying to find like a bunch of iron to get rich from this. Like he was trying to do like a get rich quick scheme by like going into this into like the center of the crater and trying to find all this iron that he thought was going to be like
this guy went in there. I missed the first
100 million tons.
Who went in there?
So basically, this guy in the late 1800s, he thought that he was studying a volcanic crater, and what ended up happening was it was established that it was a volcanic crater at the time, but he ended up figuring out there was a large amount of like iron deposits around the area, and he ended up figuring out that it was probably actually an asteroid crater that it was left over. So he ends up going down and trying to look in the center of the crater down into like underneath the crater to try and find like the iron like to try and find like iron deposits, because supposedly there's going to be like 100 million tons of iron that would have come from this asteroid.
How is he gonna take it all home?
I think he probably hired some people and shit like that, but he wanted to find it first before he even was able to do that. So what he was he sunk his life savings into like trying to like set up like a homestead and trying to like find all this iron. He ended up not being able to find iron, but what ended up happening was I think he did prove that this was an impact crater site, and I think he was the first person to discover that this was an impact crater site. And what they ended up theorizing is that when the asteroid came down, when the gigantic mass like broke through the atmosphere and like exploded, or broke in the atmosphere and exploded, what probably happened was all that 100 million tons of like iron, it completely vaporized midair and flowed down like tiny dust particles. And the reason why they think that is because if you dig down into the center of the crater, you can find little tiny dust particles that's even finer than the sand that's around the area. It's basically like dust particles from like that kind of like an iron like sandy mix. So it's kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like a little fact there about the Arizona impact crater, but I guess it was the first one.
So they never knew it was
Yeah, well, I guess they thought it was a volcano for like the longest time.
Oh.
And yeah, they ended up figuring it out because of like the iron deposits around there, that it was probably a meteorite. And another thing is that even if this guy did find like iron deposits and shit, probably iron deposits within like a 6-mile radius of the site, because that's how far like a lot of the debris and the shock waves and shit went, was like 6 miles. So you could have probably found like iron all over that area.
Yeah, probably.
So
Damn.
yeah, he could have gotten rich. Yeah.
So scooping.
You get to scooping. Yeah, go over to that historical site and start scooping.
Scooping sand, yeah.
Yeah. Woman dies on bus near Brazilian restaurant with 26 iPhones glued to her body. Well, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's people smuggle stuff like that all the time.
That's what I was thinking it was. It was like a smuggling thing.
Yeah, but it's still kind of sus.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, though. Scientists theorized that alcohol tolerance was fundamental to human evolution and is a pillar of modern civilization. I mean, I could have told you that.
True. We need to socialize and take the edges off. I think, drinking is not good for you, obviously, but it's I feel like sometimes you need to drink. Sometimes people need to like drink unless you're an alcoholic.
I think.
Well,
I think
then
if you drink like once a month, I think that's ideal.
Yeah, I think drinking once a month is ideal too. I think drinking once a week is like pretty healthy.
Like once a month, as in like one day, or like one like bender, like a weekend.
I think
bender.
one day. I don't think he means a weekend bender, but I could be mistaken.
I think
it is.
I mean,
I think maybe not a bender.
That's if that's what you want to do every once in a while for one of your 1 month things. Hey, maybe do that. Maybe like get wasted like that. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe like at most 4 times a year.
I think that's a good a good way to do it, honestly.
One for every equinox or something.
That's also good for psychedelics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but 4 times a year, 365 times a year, what's the difference?
365
on the holidays,
times a
just
year.
like, oh, it's a holiday. I'm gonna get.
There's a lot of people that do get fucked up like that on the holidays, that they save it strictly for that.
It's fun. It's fun to go out. Like, let's say you take a vacation to like a random town and you just go a little bar hopping, get a hotel for like the long weekend and do some bar hopping. Just fucking fuck around,
That's true. All right. So alcohol is definitely a pillar of modern civilization. Speaking of, a Celsius energy drink cans filled with vodka in production mishap. So there was a bunch of Celsius energy drink cans that were filled up with vodka. So that's pretty hilarious.
That's a mishap?
Yeah, I guess so. A carjacker can't drive stick, so he decides to kidnap the driver. James Cameron warns of a Terminator-style apocalypse if AI is weaponized. Big Mags, the pedophile hunting granny who built a heroin empire. Oh, yeah. No, I gotcha. We talked about this before, but we didn't go through Big Mags. In January 1997, long before the modern phenomenon of online pedophile hunters, a Scottish grandmother found overnight fame when she successfully drove a convicted child sex offender out of the Raploch housing estate in Stirling. Margaret Big Mags Haney and her brand of mob justice transformed her into a matriarchal media personality. One of her most famous appearances was on the popular daytime TV show Kilroy, where she was invited to discuss the pedophile panic that was sweeping the country. Haney argued with the show's host, squabbled with other guests, and threatened two men in the audience, clearly wearing disguises, who had been convicted of abusing kids. That's crazy. Her profile skyrocketed in her new role as a self-styled anti-pedophile campaigner. She began to pop up at protests across the country. She was embraced as a salt of the earth straight talker, applauded in many quartets for standing up for decent folk and for taking action. As she would put it, fix a problem no one else was tackling. Sometimes with a microphone, sometimes with a placard. If Mags was part of the mob, it got the press interested, and the media appearances kept coming. I think it was something at her core that she really believed was wrong, says Cassie, Donald Haney's granddaughter, who has spoken for the first time to a BBC podcast. The community was suffering enough without pedophiles. She wasn't the only person who stood up. She just happened to shout the loudest. I love the community was suffering enough without pedophiles. Like, Jesus, that's sad. But Haney was harboring a secret, and wasn't long before it came out. 6 months after Haney's vigilantism and her steep rise to fame, the press's focus shifted to the Haney's family's criminal rap sheet. Big Mags was the head of a one-family crime wave responsible for thefts and violence across Sterling. They were dubbed Scotland's family from hell by the tabloids. Some of them could have scores of crimes against their name. The Daily Record's Mark McGiverns remembers the amount of crimes committed in Sterling by that family was the stuff of legend, so they weren't great to have around, he says. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
With the family's crimes exposed and the local community's patience at an end, Big Mags and Haney's were forced to leave the estate by a 400-strong mob, bigger than one whipped up to remove the pedophile Alan Christie 6 months earlier. The crowd gathered near Mag's flat, chanting, "Build a bonfire and put the Haneys on the top." As the chants got louder, police vans screeched into Huntley Crescent to prevent a riot. Haney came out in a pink t-shirt and slippers and gave the crowd the finger as she was led away for her own safety. That's crazy. After her exile from the Rap Lock estate, Haney was put in temporary council accommodation, but with no other local authority.
That's what we were talking about with like power silencing other people.
Oh, what, these guys coming after him?
Yeah, right. Because you're saying Heine's is the one that was exposing the pedophiles, and then they looked into their criminal. Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, though, if you're gonna be like that, then like it's probably not a good idea to have like an intense criminal past.
Yeah, it's true, but sometimes I don't know, man. Pedophilia versus mobsters trying to make money.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I mean, the mobster all day, like give him give them a platform and tell them to go after the pedophiles. I'm down with that. Honestly, if the mob went after like all this Epstein shit, that'd be great.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. But I guess she had a really big public following, Big Mags. Everybody loved her.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scientist says he solved the Bermuda Triangle just like that. The world's oldest chicken keeps surviving everything life throws at her. And yeah, I don't know what the just like that is.
Huh. Just like that. He just solved it.
Just like that. I figured out what what Bermuda Triangle is. That's it.
What is it? I'm not telling you.
What is it? I'm not telling you. You'll never know. It's all up here. A recent Capitol Hill hearing has reignited debate over unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, and the possibility of ETs. In a May UAP briefing, physicist Dr. Eric Davis, known for his work on top-secret Pentagon projects, stunned listeners by referencing alleged alien species, greys, Nordics, insectoids, and reptilians, as potential operators of unidentified craft. Davis described these entities as humanoid, approximately human-sized, and possibly linked classified reverse-engineered programs. So yeah, that's fun. There's officially like 4 separate species of aliens out there, apparently. I mean, we already knew about that. We already knew about the insectoids, the reptilians, the Nordics, and the greys. You know what I mean? That's everybody knows about that. It's good for the world's oldest chicken, though, that that thing keeps surviving. You know, good for that chicken. Mystery of Atlantis deepens as ocean floor discovery hints at ancient catastrophe. Whoa. FAA records add black cube sighting to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base drone mystery. Newly released Federal Aviation Administration documents obtained by the Black Vault under the Freedom of Information Act case 2025-04622 adds significant new information in the still developing story about a series of unauthorized drone incursions at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in December 2024. These records, drawn primarily from the FAA Skywatch system, supplement the earlier Air Force FOIA release previously covered by the Black Vault, and they introduce a striking new element. The report of a black cube-shaped UAS observed at around 16,000 feet. That's kind of crazy, the idea of like a black cube UFO. I mean, I guess it makes about as much sense as a Tic Tac-shaped UFO, but like a black cube is just wild. Like, that's like scary, that's ominous, that's like everything, that's all the above. That's black cube of Saturn type shit. You know what I mean?
That's what I want to see.
That's what you want to see. That's scary. That's wild. Bill Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, 24, files trademark for the term, quote, gold digger. So that makes sense. North Carolina election official charged with child abuse after allegedly putting MDMA in granddaughter's ice cream.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Former Superman actor says he's joining ICE, backs Trump's immigration crackdown. What a fucking
Hold on.
crazy.
We're going through these headlines a little quick. I cannot process all this shit.
Oh, yeah. This
Okay.
is usually what we do is we like run through some headlines. We comment on them. If there is
They're
one,
all very interesting, but yeah.
yeah, I tried to go through the whole month and get the most interesting ones and just like get like a rough idea of the wacky shit that's like happened this month.
Yeah. Headline blitz.
Exactly. And then if there's one that we want to like talk about that's like extra crazy, we talk about it. But like, who needs to talk about a former Superman actor saying that he's joining ICE? That guy can go get fucked.
I kind of want to see this play out. This is interesting.
You want to see it play out? I mean, I feel like he's not really going to get anywhere.
He's not. That's the funny part.
Well, that's what I mean. I feel like this for him is just like a steady job and a way to maintain a little bit of spotlight because, like, from what I know, I think this is like is one of the shittier Superman actors, but I could be mistaken. The Anti-Host might know this. Is he one of the shittier Superman actors, Anti-Host?
I don't think Anti-Host is there. He hasn't been here for a while.
What was the question again?
Is Dean Cain one of the shittier Superman actors? How do you feel about his portrayal of Superman?
I've never seen him as Superman. I've never seen anything.
So he can go get fucked then. He sucked.
True.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That establishes that. A library book returned after 82 years. Note says, Grandma won't be able to pay for it anymore.
I mean, next
That's
of
sad.
kin.
That's next of kin. Jesus Christ. Harvard University researchers suggested aliens are on Earth before report was removed from the web. Hasn't that been happening? Like, hasn't the guy been saying that? Or is this a different Harvard
we were
researcher?
talking about, I was at my buddy's. He fixed my car, and we got to talking around a fire, and we were just talking about the aliens that were spotted in Florida, and how everybody who took like a video on their phone, all their phones.
The Miami incident?
Yeah, all their phones got deleted.
Yeah, that Miami incident was fucking crazy, dude.
I kind of want to look it up again. That shit made me very scared.
Yeah. For anybody curious, the Miami mall incident, there was a whole bunch of people. I mean, people probably remember this. I think it was January 1st, 2024. Or it was December 31st, either one. There was apparently like riots breaking out in like the Miami mall, but like witnesses say that it wasn't like riots. It was actually like these like 7-foot tall creatures, like aliens that were like appearing and disappearing and like attacking people and like doing crazy shit and like I don't know. There's some crazy theories out there about that one. We're probably gonna do like a deep dive into that one day.
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh yeah. But that's
We should go
definitely
to
a
the
crazy
site.
one. Oh yeah, go actually to the
Yeah.
Miami Mall site. Look, we should take a Geiger counter with us.
All right, yeah, we'll take a guy. But I'm telling you, that thing's gonna go off like anywhere in Florida, especially Florida.
On it.
Yeah,
Especially in Florida, just the toxic. Yeah, they literally got toxic waste oil drums
yeah,
leading into Alligator
yeah,
Alley. I gotcha, or Alligator
yeah.
Alcatraz. Um, Roblox banned a creator for hunting pedophiles, and critics are pissed. I mean, that's that makes sense that critics would be pissed. France, man arrested for lighting a cigarette using the eternal flame at the tomb of the unknown soldier under the Arc de Triomphe
Oh
in
shit.
Paris. Yeah, that's
Awful.
fucked up. Kind of badass, but really fucked up and awful and disrespectful.
No, not
Yeah, it's kind of
bad.
dumb.
Stupid, really.
I know, I'm joking. It's simply like the most what's the word? The most middle fingery thing that you can do to something of such like a stature.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a dumb reason to get.
Besides putting the
I
flame
mean,
out.
putting the flame out
The
is
dumb
more of an
reason they
asshole move than like thanks for the flame, bud. From the
Yeah.
afterlife. That's kind of, it's kind
Yeah.
of sweet. I don't know. That's dumb that he got arrested.
It's
Dumb
kind
that
of
he got
sweet.
arrested. I'm pro this guy.
I'm pro this guy. I guess I'm in the middle then. But man accidentally poisons himself with bromide after taking dietary advice from ChatGPT.
Shit.
Frankenstein rabbits with horrifying spikes growing from their heads are invading the US. We already heard about that. That was the shit where the all those like rabbits were like had like some kind of weird virus and shit. New Ohio bill would create a state registry of applicants who skip job interviews. That's kind of fucked up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's like crazy. That like that's some like cyberpunk dystopia type shit.
Yeah.
Like putting you in a registry because you skip job interviews. Like what?
Yeah.
California's most dangerous fault could be preparing for a larger earthquake than expected.
Uh-oh.
And then, And then Luna says lawmakers have evidence of interdimensional beings. So that was like a big thing this month is her going on Joe Rogan's podcast and talking about there being like evidence of interdimensional beings and like she's seen it personally and all this crazy shit.
Damn. Are they 7 foot tall in Miami?
Are they 7 foot tall in Miami? Possibly.
Like,
maybe.
can we connect?
Maybe those were the ones she was talking about.
Well, not to like veer off too much, but it's like all these like things, right? They never connect them. It's just individual people coming up with like books and stuff and reports just to like stand out from each other instead of like connecting the dots. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Well, what do you think happened in like the Miami thing? Do you think that was like interdimensional beings that like just came out and just, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people I was reading online, people were describing like cuts and shit like that they didn't know where they were coming from.
Oh, fuck.
Some people were like describing that the aliens were like going invisible. And then would like either like disappear and then reappear in like another place, almost like either teleportation technology or like or some kind of advanced cloaking. But I think it sounded more like teleportation though. But when I first read about it, it sounded cloaking. But then later on, I'm like, oh, that's more like bamfing. That's like teleporting.
Damn. I mean, maybe. Yeah.
Like, what do you think that would have been? Let's say for shits and giggles. That was, in fact, aliens, and they were there. How do you think that situation led to that moment? A lot of people were saying, like, there were theories that, like, it could have been, like, a government experiment, like, messing with, like, dimensional portals or something like that gone wrong. And that these aliens just popped out of nowhere because of some kind of, like, government shit. Or they popped up because, they got beamed down or something in some kind of weird spot. And then, boom, just started attacking people.
I think maybe people started attacking them first, if anything.
I mean, out of fear, most definitely.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
In Miami,
Yeah, you see these things like walking through
Dude.
the mall, just like staring at everybody.
This
They're
was in
probably
the-
going to attack.
This was like in the middle of the night, and like Miami's a pretty active spot. You know
Yeah,
what
it
I'm
is.
saying? And so
There
you're
were
gonna
like
get
100 cops.
not only cops, but like citizens are gonna be
No.
like, "Yo,
Oh no, I'm
hey."
saying like it's so active that you need hundreds of cops
Oh yeah, no,
of
there's
a
hundreds of
place.
cops like on the ready.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like, like citizens there, like you stand out. You're like a weird thing happening. People are gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck is like? What is that? What is that?" You're gonna have like bunch of people like investigating. Like Miami's pretty
Oh yeah.
active, dude. So
Yeah, I heard a story that there were like just dozens of people just running away in droves, like screaming, like from them. That I heard some people like that they got like psychically fucked with when they tried to attack them, that they like ended up attacking themselves in certain scenarios. I don't know, there's a lot of weird shit. I'm gonna, like I said, what maybe I'll let you know when we have like enough information to do an episode about that, and we can talk about the Miami thing because that is pretty crazy.
yeah.
I got a couple more headlines though. Former Miss Universe contestant 30 dead after collision with an elk. So that's crazy.
Wait, 30?
Yeah. Well, she did collide with an elk. So at any age that'll kill you. You know, for the most part, I would say. I mean, you know, there's rare situations where that might not kill you.
The fuck?
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, you got to slow down if you see an elk. Don't be driving so fast. That's just a lesson to all of us.
True.
China unveils artificial womb bots. So that's the last one. China is unveiling an artificial womb bot. They'll be able to have these robots that carry around baby.
That's crazy talk.
Any final thoughts about this month, about August, and any final like little stories that have happened this month? Anything crazy?
No, not really. I just had a good time. I just chilled. I downloaded
The most important thing
That
about
was
this
just
month is Epstein. Say your thing again.
August was chill. Pretty good. And I downloaded Helldivers 2, and that's been my addiction for the past 5 days, and it's a problem now.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I downloaded Deliverance Kingdom Come or Kingdom Come Deliverance,
that's
whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting that. That's pretty awesome so far, and yeah,
That's so sick.
I'm looking forward to that. That's my closing statement for the month.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This has been the month of never forget what Epstein did. Never forget that he's actually alive. Never forget that they're really trying to save his life right now. They're really trying to save all his friends.
All his
They
friends.
really care about them.
Yeah, just Lane.
They really aren't too worried about you at all. They really, really need to make sure that they protect Epstein's friends.
Yeah.
His orange friends.
So this has been the month of never forget about Epstein and all the horrible things he did and that he's alive. And it's going to roll into next month. It's going to be that month too.
Okay, that's good.
Well, I will
Whatever
say,
that next month is.
I was going to say
it's going
that
to be that one.
the next month is also a different kind of never forget, but yeah.
Oh right, 9/10, baby. It's gonna be 9/9 day soon. So
It is.
Next month?
next week.
I got it. I got it.
Next week.
Next month, we got Elden Ring Night Rain dropping on the 11th.
Wait,
Don't forget about that.
it already dropped.
Don't forget everything else. Remember, Night Rain's dropping on the 11th.
Okay.
Yeah, forget
Don't
everything
forget.
else you need to remember about that day, and remember that on the 11th, Elden Ring Night Ring is dropping.
Okay. That's the start.
That's the finish.
No, that's the finish.
Wait, no.
I was just
Cut
gonna-
that out. Not Night Rain. Hold on. Cut that
Yeah, I
out.
Come
was
on, dude.
looking-
That was the best ending
Fucked up.
ever.
Nah,
I was gonna say
I fucked up. Like, big time.
it's already came out, but I
I'm
thought you were
just so
making
high
a
right now. I
joke.
fucked up big time.
I thought you were making a joke.
What's coming out September
No.
11th? Is there anything
No,
coming
it's-
out? Because that would have been
No,
amazing.
it's It's the new update, and I just said the name of the game.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
just so high right now. Sorry.
what?
Oh, re-say it because that was great.
What a
Okay,
nerd!
I will say it.
Just re-say that one part. I can just edit it.
Okay. No. Don't no.
Oh
I'll
my
just
God.
redo the whole thing.
This is it. This is
What?
it. And cut.
What? What'd you say? You're gonna redo the whole thing or you're not?
I will.
Why? All you have to do is say
Because I
that
got
one
it wrong
line.
entirely. I said the game was coming out that day, but it's not. The game's been out.
Yeah, but you can just say that one line that you got wrong. It'll reverb the rest of
I
it.
said it a few times.
I can just replace the one name when you say it.
He doesn't want to.
It's gonna
He
be
doesn't want to look like a nerd.
No, he does
Yeah.
want to look like a nerd.
I know.
a fake nerd.
Yeah, he
nerd.
doesn't want to look like
He doesn't want
like
to
a
look
casual.
like a yeah, exactly like a. Well, those are nerds, okay. I'm not a nerd. I game, but I'm not a nerd. Hey, bro.
So let me just do it real quick. I won't make it as long.
Oh God.
Elden Ring Night Rain, Deep of Night, I think it is.
Well,
Deep of the Night.
behave.
The new update you're talking about.
The new update drops on the 11th, and that's huge. That's gonna be fun. Don't forget about
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Forget everything else.
Yeah. Forget everything else you're doing that day or everything else you have to remember about that day. And just you know what I mean? Play that game.
Yep. I'm into it.
Finally, a reason to forget
Yep.
everything else.
Yep. That's a start.
True. It's true.
No, that's a finish.